welcome back to Riftforge Studio. We got another guest, as in Medders.
Hello.
Welcome to the channel, buddy.
Hello. How are you?
Yeah, good.
Good. Yeah.
So, if you don't know Medders, you probably do actually if you're watching this channel. So, you guys, you're a hobby whore, essentially.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah, I do lots of fingers in lots of pies.
Yes.
I think is the best way.
So you got Heresy Hammer.
Yes.
On the YouTubes and the Patreons.
Yeah, that's right. So Heresy Hammer is a podcast which is hosted by myself, my friend Lee, and my friend John, but also Kerry's on board. He's kind of behind the scenes. He's a producer for the show, and yeah, you can access all our content on YouTube. Loads of free videos on there. You know, there's lore videos, there's tactical discussions, there's community shows where we share your guys' work and kind of go through your emails, as well as like Legion reviews. So there's loads of stuff on there, but also we offer a Patreon as well, which is more kind of like tactically minded kind of content. So at the moment, you know, as we're filming this, we're doing a series on all about the Mechanicum. It's like an 8-part series. It's over on the Patreon. We're kind of filming it at the moment. We've just finished like a Cyber 30 video. And so, yeah, for as little as £3 a month, you can go join that. But it's not the only thing I do in the world of Horus Heresy. No,
so painting as well, right?
Yeah, so that is kind of like one thing that I do, the kind of Heresy Hammer, you know, it's a podcast, but my actual full-time job is as a commissioned painter. You might have seen my work online. I'm Medders Miniatures, that's the name of my studio. It's run by myself, and I've just taken on board Connor as well, who's joining the studio. He's got lots of armies under the belt. He's currently working on an Ultramarines commission for me and a client.
I actually saw his Blood Angels.
Yeah, they are.
Very nice.
Top notch. Yeah, they're brilliant. You know, so that's my kind of like full-time job. I paint, and predominantly I paint Horus Heresy, although I have been dabbling in 40k of late. You know, I did a Lisa Votan commission very recently, but you know, Horus Heresy is kind of my bread and butter when it comes to commission painting. But along with that as well, you know, I create a small amount of content that hopefully just a way to give back to the community. So I do
some painting
kind of like painting tutorials. I do like 2 videos a month, to help you guys out. All of those are in partnership with the Army Painter, so they have helped me kind of get that channel up and running. It's not the sexiest of channels, you know, it's not loads of A and B reel. It's just literally me showing you how to paint things. It's very rare that I would necessarily do a review. Often I just find that actually knowing how to paint something, the steps and the procedure involved, is sometimes just the most useful thing for me. And you know, I would describe it as like the Ryanair of YouTube kind of like painting channels, right? It's super basic, but hopefully you'll be able to pick up some kind of like good tricks and you know, and ways to go about painting things. But as I say, that's all in partnership with the Army Painter. So make sure you go check all of those things out.
Go give them a follow if you don't already.
Well. Yeah.
So that takes us on today's battle report.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
So we're actually doing a Heresy Hammer mission called the Selenar Witches.
Yes, that's right. Do you want me to talk about kind of where this mission is from?
Yeah. Okay. The background.
Yeah. So a few months ago, along with Heresy Hammer, along with all the podcasting things, we also host events as well.
More stuff you do.
Yeah, more stuff. So we host Horus Heresy events in Hampshire, and we always do it kind of in the same location. And they have been, received really well. We're always, pleased to put on those events and meet you guys in the community. With the most recent events, so we do a mixture of narrative events, but also we do competitive events as well. So we literally just, a couple of weeks ago, just finished a Horus Heresy tournament, super unusual, but we like to match it up with doing super and highly narrative events. So
if people fancy something
exactly, yeah. So I think that one of the things I would say is that Horus Heresy, but also Heresy Hammer, I always like to say that it's a broad church. It doesn't matter whether you're a competitive player or you're somebody who's just in it for the narrative and the lore. It's a broad church. We can all play in the same landscape, but what we like to do is try and offer different things for different people. So as I say, we literally just finished a tournament. Night Lords came up on top. Conrad Kurz came out on top as the Supremo Legion. But before that, we hosted the Solar War. So the Solar War was 4 games over a weekend. One of those missions was a ZM mission. It was a 3 versus 3, taking place on the Falcon fleets, Loyalist versus Traitor. One of those missions was a kill points on the in the places like Neptune and on the orbital plates in Neptune. One of those was also the mission that we're going to be playing today, which is the Solar Gene Witch mission, which took place on Luna, where basically the traitors and the loyalists had to capture as many Solar Gene Witches from the Selenar cults as possible. So that's the one we're going to be playing today. And then the fourth one of that was a Mars-based mission, where basically you had to get a cargo ridge hauler and then drag it to your opposing side, to your board edge, to collect the last of the armaments from Mars just before kind of it gets blockaded. But as I say, we're playing the Selenar Gene Witches mission today. So the premise of the mission is that we have been tasked with collecting the Gene Witches of the Selenar cults who are based on Luna, who helped the Emperor to create the legions, however many hundreds of years ago. Yeah. But they have genetic lore and information and knowledge that is important to both sides in the galactic civil war to get, because that means that in the future they can potentially create more legions, right? So, so it's essentially taking place on Luna, and we have to go and find these Gene Witches. These Gene Witches, though, are quite flighty. They're hard to catch. They're going to scatter around the board an awful lot. Yeah. They've got their own kind of like tricks. They essentially will be acting as kind of augury scanners. They're essentially war gear.
Yeah, so we spoke about this from rules reasons as well. So they're essentially war gear, so you can grab them and get back in transport.
That's right, yeah. So the best way to describe them is just as an augury scanner. Yeah. That's the best way. They've got a few other things they can scatter. We're not using just objective markers. They're literally kind of like Selenar Gene
proper
playing, from the art and everything. But for the purposes of the game, to make it as simple as possible, they are essentially augury scanners, but also allowing them to be augury scanners from a mission and rules writing perspective. It means that we can infiltrate onto them and just grab them straight from the start.
You told me you did that specifically for Alpha Legion Raven Guard players
to really,
so you can't just go on and grab them.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Raven Guard in particular, because one of their rules is that they can give everything, infiltrate if it's infantry. The exception, of course, being if it's got like a Warhawk jump pack. And of course, you can take Recon Marines to grab them, because they can obviously infiltrate and scout. But it's those two legions, the Alpha Legion and the Raven Guard, that would dominate in that scenario if they were able just to grab them. It would always be an uphill struggle if you can infiltrate on. So they are augury scanners and actors. So they've got like an 18-inch bubble, of which that we would not be able to put infiltrators around.
Yeah. So that also includes that they don't act as Heart of the Legion or anything for rules purposes.
Yes.
But only line models can capture them. I say models because it's quite specific, because it's one model captures as a witch.
Yes.
But a unit has multiple models that have lines.
That's right.
One unit could have all of them, really.
Yeah, that's 100% right. Yeah. So when we get into the technicalities of the game, basically you walk up to one of these Gene Witches, you'll grab it, you'll then stop your movement. And then your movement is limited to 7-inch kind of move and then a 4-inch run move. Like, no matter who you are, it's just limited to that. Even if you've got Warhawk jump out, you can't imagine this toughness 3 Selenar Gene Witch being kind of like landing. She would just literally be crumpled. Yeah, exactly. If somebody in a Warhawk jump pack is holding her. So the idea is that they're basically having to hold her hand and run with her, but they can get into or back into a transport, or into a transport if they want to, and she sits on their lap, right? Just to be able to fit in.
Doesn't take up any space.
Doesn't take up any space. It is essentially a piece of war gear. But if you kill, and actually this is going to be important for your seekers later on, if you kill the model who's holding the Selenar Gene Witch, he drops it, and then you wouldn't be able to pick it up until the next turn.
And it's only in the movement phase.
Only in the movement phase. So there's specific ways to be able to pick it up. So you've got some seekers, precision shot.
So actually going second.
Yeah, it's
an
great.
Advantage in
it's
this.
Absolutely.
So you'll see very shortly we set up search and destroy style, and they were zoned out, and we rolled them like a D12, and they are where they are. They scatter at the beginning of each player turn, so they're not fixed those positions. You've currently got a bit of advantage where they are, but like we say, they're scattering, so we don't know.
I think it entirely depends on where they're scattering. They can scatter up to, it's kind of unusual, we've gone for D6 plus D3, because I wanted kind of like an average of a 4 or 5.
Watch all the 9s come out.
So, but they can scatter up to 9 and a minimum of 2.
Yeah.
And
a hit's a hit, right?
Yeah, exactly. And hit's a hit. So that will change the landscape of the game, but also it will change potentially turn on turn what will happen as well.
And it'll change what we're doing because we'll be pulling our forces backwards, forwards, wherever that we're chasing them. Right?
100%. And the other thing to say about this mission is that you don't score until the end of the game, and it's a 5-turn.
Turn. You need to keep hold of them for all the game, and it's 2 points per witch.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So it could be like, because we obviously have not played this game yet, it could be actually that line units survive to the end and things can turn. So just because somebody is holding them right at the beginning of turn 1, that does not mean that that's what's going to happen at the end of turn 5.
Your priority targets are going to change throughout the game.
Absolutely.
Maybe dangerous stuff at the beginning, line towards the end. Absolutely. Or maybe you just get line
Get rid of line and then nothing, a tank can't pick it up.
And then maybe it's just gone down to the secondary. And there's only one secondary.
That's it,
which is slay the warlord with your warlord.
That's it,
and it's worth D3.
Yeah, D3,
So that's the mission. I'm excited to play it. You sent me a couple, I really like that one. I've gone for that one. A couple of shout outs before we move on to our armies. The table today is supplied by Game Mat EU, the terrain, and the mat. And then you'll see some little toxic waste drums around as well. They're by March of War, supplied by him and painted by us. Other shout outs, if you want to support us extra, there's a like and comment, that always helps with the algorithm. And then we've also got YouTube memberships where you can gain access to content early. And if you go for the top tier, you'll get the Cathonia campaign in there. There's more coming. The Cygnus Prime might even be out by the time this goes up live. And you also get a little discount code on Game Mat stuff as well if you check out that. So it could be worth just subscribing for a month, get the code, and you save a load of money and then unsubscribe.
No, don't do that. Just subscribe all the time. If you don't support these heresy content creators, they can no longer make content. So make sure you just
it really
like
does
and
help.
comment. Yeah, absolutely. Like, just go for whatever tier you can afford and make sure you support these guys because they are producing content for you guys for free on YouTube. So just give them a little support now and again, but just try and support them as best you can month on month because it really does help all the content creators.
Yeah, it really does. Cheers, mate. So that's probably enough of us, our faces. We'll have a look at the armies. They are good today. They look really good. The Ultramarines are good. And we'll see you at the table ready for a good siege. Here is my 3,500 points of Sons of Horus running the Rite of War, the Long March. What this gives me is all infantry get +1 to movement, but not when running, and they don't get any bonuses for charging, so they won't be getting +1 to charge the normal guys. Downside is anything with heavy should start in a transport or in reserves. Terminators could be chosen as troops as non-compulsory and gain the outflank, but I've not done this in this case in my list. Leading the force is a Praetor, taking a disintegrator pistol and a Paragon blade, and he's taken the Warlord choice of Armour of Pride, which means when he's reduced to 0 wounds, he gets a leadership test, and if he passes, he remains in play with D3 wounds, and he also gets an extra reaction in the all-important shooting phase. He's got a command squad lined up behind him there. The banner bearer's got a fist, one other guy's got a fist, 2 guys are just chainsword and bolters, and then there's 2 tabars and 1 normal Chthonian axe. Second HQ is a chaplain with a combi Volkite charger and a Thunderhammer. Onto the troops, I've got a 12-man tactical squad just with a power sword on a sergeant, and then I've got another tactical squad, but this one's 15-man full squad, 15 with a Vexilla and a Lightning Clawed. I ran out of points to bring the other ones up to 15. Then I've got 2 identical Despoiler squads. These are 15-man strong, and they have got a Power Fist on a Sergeant, 3 Power Axes, and then a Legion Vexilla. And next up, we have got tactical supports of a plasma team, 10 strong, with an augury scanner in there, and we've also got a Volkite Caliver squad, which have got augury scanner upgrade as well. Fast attack, we've got Seekers, 10 strong, no upgrades on these all stock, but one does have a augury scanner, sorry. Second fast attack, we got 5 Seekers, 5 Sky Hunters, all with multi-melters. And then at the back here, I forgot to mention that the command squad's got a dedicated transport off of a Land Raider with upgraded with las cannons. My elites towards the back here is a Contemptor with a las cannon, a Gravis Fist, which is a bolter in there, and then we've got a Terminator squad in the elites, all with Thunder Hammers, and they've got a dedicated transport of a Land Raider with a las cannon upgrade as well. And then my only heavy support is a Legion Kratos with all the las cannons, the melter gun on top, and it's also got searchlights.
So here we have 3,500 points of Ultramarines. I'm not running any Rite of War. My Warlord is the Herald with the Power Sword. He's also got Melter Bombs as well. He's taking the Warlord trait, the Aegis of Wisdom, which allows units to regroup using his leadership, as long as they're able to draw a line of sight to him. And after that, they're able to make shooting attacks and declare charges as normal. And that also gives me an additional shooting reaction as well. I also have another Legion Herald in the HQ slots. He has got a Warhawk jump pack, and he's also taking a Thunder Hammer as well. And then my third HQ choice is a Master of Signals. He's just bare bones and comes with whatever war gear a Centurion usually comes with the Master of Signals upgrade as well. In the troop slots, I have a 15-man tactical squad. That has come with a Artificer armor for the Sergeant and a Power Fist for the Sergeant as well. We also have 2 tactical squads in Rhinos. The Rhinos have come with Dozer Blades and Searchlights and Heavy Bolters. And then the tactical squads have Sergeants with Power Fist and Artificer armor, and they've also got Nuncio boxes in there as well. My fourth troops choice is the Assault Squad. The Assault Squad has come with a Sergeant with Artificer armor and a Power Axe. There are 2 additional Power Axes in there, and everybody's armed with a Close Combat Shield as well. And the Sergeant has also got Melter Bombs. Over to the fast attack slots. So I've got 2 lots of 2 Javelin speeders. All the speeders have been upgraded to have las cannons and a multi-melter as well. So that will be in 2 squads of 2. And then my third fast attack slot, which is also filled up, is the Lockutaris. So the Lockutaris are absolutely amazing. They're a legacy unit. They come with Rending 5-up swords. They're weapon skill 5, they're 2 wounds apiece, and they've got Artificer armor as well. The Sergeant's been armed with a Legatine axe, a combat shield, and a Melter Bomb. And they're also going to have an Apothecary with that unit as well. The second Apothecary is also going to be in with the larger tactical squad that's going to be on foot. In the heavy sport slots, I have got a 10-man Volkite squad. They've just come with just Artificer armor on the Sergeant, because all the other upgrades can come from the Master of Signal, like the Nuncio Vox and the Augury Scanner and things like that. So that's pretty bare bones apart from the upgrades for the Volkite. I also have 2 Predators. The Predators have been upgraded, so these are obviously just 1 slot. They've been upgraded with the las cannons and then the Magnum Melter gun on the top, which is going to be massively useful against all that armor. And then in the final heavy sport slots, I have the Sakaran Punishers, so 2 Sakaran Punishers, and these have got searchlights, and they've also been upgraded with las cannons as well. And then over to the elites, we've got 2 Contemptors, both in different slots. We've got a Contemptor with las cannons, double las cannons, and then a helical targeting array. And we've also got exactly the same, so a Contemptor with double Gravis Melter with a helical targeting array. And then finally, the unit that I always go to is the Gravis Heavy Bolter Rapiers. Absolutely amazing, 8-shot speeds, twin linked, and really useful, and an Ultramarines list.
Here we are deployed, not Hammer and Anvil, Search and Destroy. Rob, you won the roll-off.
Yes, I did, with, insultingly, a Rift Forge dice, actually,
Yeah, rolled a big 6. I told them they rolled 6s. You chose to deploy first and go first.
Yes, that's correct. Yes, and then we spoke about it, and then I immediately regretted my life choices, because actually I think that it could potentially put you.
I think advantage going second. Yeah, just for the mission.
It allows you to. It puts me in range of a counter attack and a counter charge, I think, is the thing I would say if you go first on this mission. But then, with these further away Cellon Argene Witches over here, you can grab those and be quite confident that you can just get back in, depending on where they scatter, of course, because we haven't scattered them just yet. But we shall see. I think there's pros and cons for going first and second. I think it's anyone's game. It's not a foregone conclusion just because you go first.
Yeah. So it's lots of infantry as well. You can see it's 3,500 points. So
tons of infantry, loads of wounds on the table, right?
So Rob, you've deployed.
Yes.
So so we forgot to mention in the army overview that you got defence line as well.
Yes, that's right.
So that's what that is there.
Yeah. So you've got a defence line. So I'll just walk you through kind of why I've deployed in a certain way. The Sons of Horus hadn't obviously deployed when I deployed, but my rationale, my thinking is I've got a fire base here. With a lot of kind of a weight of shots. So there's a couple of las cannons, but really this is kind of like the weight of shots. I'm hoping that I'll be able to get a bead down this side of the board and the bead down this side of the board. Unfortunately, there's a big old piece of terrain in the middle, so it's not like I can just
line of sight, like, it doesn't look like there's loads of terrain, but the crates and everything.
At the model level, like drawing line of sight is quite tricky. So it might be we need to move some units and be bold with these units early on in order to get that line of sight. In terms of where I put other units, so we've got the Contemptors here that are quite far forward. I always like using the double Gravis Melter Contemptor just to dissuade my opponent bringing any armor 14 too close, because that will pop those Land Raiders really nicely. So it's always good to put them up front. I know it's tempting to kind of put them at the back just because they're, they've got 24-inch range, but I think it's important to be aggressive with that. Got a las cannon. Dreadnought. These have of course got no searchlights on these ones. Even with the helical targeting array, it doesn't allow you to shoot beyond 24, so getting quite close I think is important with these. We've got so this is kind of one fire base, moving fire base here. We've also got some we've also got the javelins over here. So this is, I think, is quite a potent fire base, which is able to be quite
heavy maneuverable.
Exactly right. And then these guys will back up the Warlords unit with the tactical squad there, so hopefully they'll be able to make a grab for a Cellon Argene Witch. Really useful that they're fearless, because I'm not worried in any way about taking losses on that unit, and they've got to feel no pain with the Apothecary in there as well. So hopefully they won't get kind of too involved in a fight with a Contemptor that's kind of like looking at them over there. But so I think, but as a unit to support one another, I think that's quite good. And then over here, I've got an equivalent kind of unit. So I've got the Predators, which are similar in vein to the Contemptors. They're maneuverable, they've got Melter and the las cannons, and then they're supported by these javelins as well. And then we've got a scoring unit with these guys as well. So they're kind of, that's another good firebase, maneuverable firebase support. And then we've got, I think I predict these, although they could get blown off the table pretty early on, I predict the 2 assault units. So we've got the Locutaris, and then we've got just this normal assault squad, 10-man assault squad. They're going to be quite important to get to places quickly. So I think it's going to be important for me to keep those alive. Early on, you can see I'm cowering behind a crate over here, and I think it's going to be quite difficult for the Sons of Horus to be able to get a bead on them, but I think they're going to do serious work for me today, or at least I hope they can do work for me today.
And then I've deployed sort of opposite, so I've put the Contemptor up to be a bit of a deterrent, although there is some heavy firepower coming his way, but we'll see how that goes. I've got my plasmas right at the front because short range, you need to get them up there really. The Kratos has got searchlight, so he can hang at the back and choose his targets. And then I've just got all the line sort of tucking him slightly behind the bigger stuff to sort of counter grab the objectives. I've got the Terminators on the outflank because there's 4 objectives here, so I want to send them in to smash stuff.
Aggressive as possible, don't you?
And then the jetpacks are just behind because they've got the manoeuvrability to get there. So I've got the dice tray ready for a seize, but I don't think I'm actually going to seize. I actually think going last and being maybe to be able to pip you off.
I actually agree. I think it's going to be important to go second in this. Yeah.
So we're going to go on to Ultramarines, turn 1, and we'll scatter the Gene Witches off camera. So end of turn 1 Ultramarines. We scattered the Witches before Rob moved. They all you got like magnets in all your Ultramarines. They all painted,
Come to me, yeah.
So yeah, most of them went towards Rob.
They knew
and one came right towards me. So just talk us through your movement phase.
Yeah, so everything's broken out. I say everything, apart from one thing, which is immobilise itself. But pretty much everything's kind of like broken out or moved in some way. So the headline news is that I've got 2 Selenar Gene Witches so far with these 2 tac squads. So we shall see what happens with those guys in a bit. And it doesn't, obviously, as we said right at the start, it doesn't matter whether I have them now, it matters whether I have them at the end of turn 5. So I'll start from this side and then work my way up. These Javelins just moved up to get a bead on some units over here. I was quite aggressive with these 2 Contemptors.
Which I reacted to the las cannon.
You moved towards me or moved away?
Towards you with the plasma, because I thought if you target those and I get a nice...
Yeah, that'd be really, really nice.
Fire.
And then moved this tac squad up just to hopefully get a few bolt gun shots off. But I wasn't brave enough just to come out and grab this yet. I don't think my run move would have allowed me to anyway. This frustratingly immobilised itself on my own Aegis defence line. That's how sturdy Ultramarines defence lines are.
Yeah, make them strong.
So this one, it obviously can still do its thing, it just can't move or pivot, and then this one is now able to kind of do its own thing, which is no bad thing. And it still has a decent kind of like line of sight that way and line of sight this way.
Yeah, it's going to cover just the las cannons probably is an issue.
Exactly. And then this one's just come up. It didn't immobilise itself on this kind of difficult / dangerous terrain, just to get a bead over there. The Gravis Heavy Bolter Rapiers just moved up slightly. Volkite stayed where they are to get some shots off at full BS. The Predators moved up just to get a little bit of a bead on that Contemptor. I'm particularly worried about it, but it'd be nice if Explode take some guys out. Take some nice what are these?
Seekers.
Seekers, that's what they're called. Take some of those because I feel like the Seekers can really cause me a lot of pain.
Well, with that precision shot, the guys controlling the objectives.
These Javelins have just kind of like moved up over here. They're full movement just to be able to get a bead on the Contemptor. Of course, it is night fight, but obviously I've got a lot of searchlights can light things up. And then the Assault Squad moved and it ran as well. Wasn't quite able to grab it,
just
but
out of range.
Not entirely sure I would want to have grabbed it anyway.
Well, now you're nicely behind a crate at the moment.
Yes, exactly. And that's me. Oh, and then this Lokitaris unit over here has moved up. I did discuss whether or not I could make the charge if I just did the movement. It was a 9, bit long for me. My dice aren't always with me, as you've seen from an immobilised tank already. But I almost want to bait that Contemptor to charge me. So that's what I would like. I want it to come in and charge me because I think that actually with rending far up, I can comfortably take it on. It's going to have to charge through difficult terrain unless it goes round. And then
make
it's going
initiative one.
Initiative one. So it'd be nice if it did charge in. That's a serious threat for me. So that's all my movement.
Cool. Ultramarine shooting. Starting off the Ultramarine shooting phase then. Your Sakaran Punisher that is free to move.
Yeah.
Because they now act as separate. Because they leave the immobilised guys behind, is shooting at the Contemptor. The las cannons is all obscured, can't see him, but the heavy bolter and the punishing cannon on top can see. So we've got 18 shots hitting on 4s.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So what I really want to do is light up that Contemptor, but also because the las cannon can't see or can't get to the Contemptor, it's chosen another target because it's a sponsored weapon. It's able to do that. So it's actually lighting up both the Land Raider and the Contemptor.
Yeah, I'm gonna
What would you like to do?
Use a return fire early on and try and pop you in return.
On the Contemptor? On the thing? Oh, you saucy minx. Okay,
I'll try it, but you shoot first, sir.
Okay, right, so let's go for the, let's just do the heavy bolters first.
Heavy bolter, easy.
So hitting on 4s because of night fight, no twin length, so just 2, and then wounding on 6s, nothing there. Over to the main gun.
Big 18 shots.
Yeah. So these are hitting on 4s. so good there.
And that one's not twin linked either.
It's not twin linked, no.
So around about half hits.
And then, yeah, so pretty average, right? And then winning on 6s?
Still strength 5, yeah.
Yeah, no, strength 6 against. Oh, no,
so
winning on
5s,
5s, yeah.
So 4?
4.
4 2-ups, there's no rending. He's all fine.
Lovely.
And now the las cannon into the side of the.
So just hitting on 4s, no twin linked or anything like that. One hit.
Hits. 5s to glance.
5s to glance. It's got sunder. Oh, I saw the 6.
Oh, yeah.
Give me a 6. No, nothing there.
And then a quick returns fire. So I've got 2 shots going back. Actually, I don't know. No, you got searchlights. I can see you.
Yeah,
right?
you can see me. Yeah.
I was about to say I can't do that. So we got 1 hit, and we're looking for 13 on the front.
Yeah, that's
4.
right. Yeah. That's
That's a glance. I might be greedy.
You're going to be greedy?
I'm going to be greedy.
Yeah, that serves you right, doesn't it?
And that's done.
And 1 reaction swallowed up.
Yeah, I've got 2. So Rob, you want to shoot the heavy bolters at these bikes?
Yes.
Because night fighting, you're out of range.
Yes.
So what you're going to do first is light them up.
Yes, that's right. So I'm going to use this rhino with the heavy bolter, and I'm going to shoot the jet bikes to light them up, and then I'm going to shoot the Gravis heavy bolters in, and then the Volkites after that.
To mop anyone left.
To mop up anybody. Yeah,
All right, so starting off with the heavy bolter on the rhino.
So they don't need to hit. They just need to be a target. So just 4, but it'd be 4s to hit. But that's not. That's really good. And then 3s to wound.
3s to wound, yeah. Oh,
so I need to take 4 saves, please.
We drop a bike. So a bike is gone. Then we're going to shoot the heavy bolters next.
That's right, yeah. So each of these are twin linked and they've got 8 shots apiece. So 24 shots in total.
Shots.
Yeah, that's right.
24 shots hitting on 4s then. Twin linked. These are the twin links. So we got 19 hits from that with a twin linked, and now they're going to be wounding on 3s.
Did you want to Overwatch this, or
no, I'm just going to take it on the chin.
You're just going to take it, okie dokie. So
we've got 14 wounds in total on there. 3 up saves. We've got another bike dead. 2 bikes dead from that. The Volkites are following it in to finish them off. There's tons of dice. We're just going to roll these off camera and come back to you with the amount of wounds. Volkite is powerful. It resulted in 28 wounds. You never know. So we'll roll this. No, it's not horrendous, but they're definitely dead. We're firing the next Rhino. This is to get off your ability.
My Legion bonus, yeah.
So you'll be given +1 to hit against the Contemptor.
So Rhino's going to go in. It's obviously got searchlights, but it's already lit up from before.
Yeah. But it's just for the +1 to hit on the javelins and the mountains, right?
This is going to be hitting on 4s. So 2 hits, winning on 6s.
6s, yeah.
No, nothing there, but it's okay because I'm not interested in winning it.
So we've got 4 las cannon shots.
Yeah,
so these will be hitting on 3s.
These will be hitting on 3s now, yeah. Screw you, night fight. Yeah. So hitting on 3s. Don't want to see 1s and 2s. So 2s. And then 2s to wound.
2 5 ups.
Saves.
Takes 1 wound. Cool. And then we've got...
Yeah, so this one, so it's models within 6, so it's just this one, so I'll resolve them separately.
It's not unit?
No, it's not units, it's models within 6. So we'll do this one, but this one's got the melter shots as well.
Yeah.
And then this las cannon, obviously can't see. So we've got 1 las cannon here.
Well, that'd be hitting on a 3.
This will be hitting on 3, yeah. So nothing there. And then we've got the melter.
3 shots, twin linked hit on 3s.
Yeah, that's right, so 3s, twin linked. And then
3s to wound, strength 8.
To wound? No, yeah, 3 to wound, isn't it? Yeah. So just 1.
He's down 2 wounds. He's got 4 left, and then the back guy, pretty much the same again.
Yeah. So
this, +1 to hit,
because they're in a squadron, they can just see straight through.
Yeah.
And then the melter is not within range, but the 2 las cannons are within range, and this las cannon, both the las cannons can see. So they're both hitting on 4s.
Okay. Yeah.
So 1 hit. 2s to wound.
Oh, no.
Oh, not so good shooting.
He escaped a bit there, I think.
Yeah. So an important moment this, because I'm going to shoot the Contemptor at the Land Raider, but I need to see what happens to determine what's going to happen next. Now that Land Raider has decided to hide within the shadows. Now this does come with a helical targeting array, but I switched it off because I wanted to move, and in order to have it on, you need to stay still.
And he was lit up by the Punisher earlier on, if you were questioning that. So we got 4 shots hitting on 3s.
Yeah, so hitting on 3s. Okay,
just one miss.
Good start. So
And
I want 5s and 6s with Sunder. So, and then...
you don't want to be greedy like me?
No, I'm not going to be greedy. So 1 glance and 1 pen, please.
I'm going to do the pen first.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Boom.
And then the glance. No, so he's locked down a hull point.
Now, that, though, has swallowed up your second reaction.
Yeah, you're free to go.
Allows me to shoot whatever I want now.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to be shooting this Contemptor now into this Plasma Sports Squad. I was a little bit worried that there was going to be an Overwatch, but obviously the second reaction has now been used by the Sons of Horus. So these guys are just kind of able to shoot this Plasma Sports Squad and hopefully take them down. I've not been it's been pretty unlucky with my rolling, and you've got some good saves. So
yeah, that's 6 up on the pen was good.
So we are going to shoot this. It's got 4 shots. It's going to hit on 3s because the Night Fight bit is twin linked. So hitting on 3s. Twin linked.
Luckily. No. 2s to kill. So
just
one dead.
And then that's going to buff, though.
It's going to buff the guys at the back.
Yeah, so that's going to buff the Javelin.
So they'll be hitting on 3s still.
Exactly. So we'll do the multi-melters first. So hitting on 3s twin linked. So 2 hits on there. And then the las cannons hitting on 3s.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
And then
roll all that once. 2s to splat.
2s to kill. So 5
more.
dead.
Half the shots were obscured by the Contemptor, so we're just going to go for 6-up saves. Cover saves, that is. No. The tactical squad, most are in line of sight, and they're going to cut through here at the despoiler squad. Yeah. Was it 12 shots?
Yeah, 12 shots, hitting on 4s because of Night Fight.
Yeah, thank God for Night Fight. That's knocked off a few. That's 7 hits.
4's wound.
Yep.
So 1, 2,
4, 5.
4, 5. That's not too shabby.
Yeah, not too bad at all. And we drop 1. End of the shooting phase. We're going to be leadership 7 here with Night Fighting. We fail on an 8, and we're falling back 9.
Okay, so end of my turn 1. We have a jetbot unit that's been destroyed, which is really useful. It's got melter, and I have a fair amount of tanks, so that's good. And then we've got a plasma support squad that's now running away as well. Yeah. So that's 2 units that have basically been nullified for next turn. I didn't make a dent in the Land Raider and the Contemptor in the way that I wanted to, but it's no bad thing, and we've still got 4 more turns to play it out as well, so I'm not too worried about it at all. It'd be nice for the Sons of Horus to come towards me and I can shoot them further. I was pretty unlucky with some dice rolling, but I'm not too worried about it. 2 units off the board, or almost off the board like these guys, is no bad thing.
On to Sons of Horus turn 1. That is turn 1 movement for the Sons of Horus then. It's just a push forward generally. So what we started off with was trying to come out of here, but also hugging the crates, because there are some heavy weapons out there. The tank has come around to get a line of shot and try and get rid of some of these land speeders, because having mobile heavy shots is always good for Rob, bad for me. The witch that was here, I've grabbed. We didn't mention actually that as soon as you grab the witch, you have to stop.
Yeah.
So we're carefully moving models around before grabbing it. I didn't immobilise myself, and I've gone over this bump and got out with my warlord. Sort of going towards Rob's warlord, but I've got a bit to get through first. But we'll see if that secondary comes about. And the despoilers just pushing forward. I've not gone to grab that witch yet, and there's plenty of time to grab him, so not to worry at the moment. We're just hiding behind the train. The plasma squad did fail again. Another turn of failing. They will be gone. My tactical squad moved up in place of where the Seekers were, so they should be well hidden, and the Seekers have moved up to start sniping out some characters that make squad scoring, because then that's something less to worry about. The Contemptor moved up. Rob, you cowardly, or tactically, who knows, retreated 5 with that squad.
Yes.
And then that allowed me to move the squad and disembark to be within a 6-inch charge. So we'll see how that goes. We're going to go to Sons of Horus, turn 1 shooting. Starting off, we're going to shoot the Volkite Cavalier squad through over these crates into the javelins. One guy who's on the floor slightly to the right behind that crate that you can see there, can't see him, so it's 27 shots hitting on 4s. We got 13 hits and strength 6 versus toughness 6. We're looking for 4s again. 6 wounds. We're looking for 3-up saves on these.
Be nice. I only really want to lose 3 wounds, but these are Volkite. So I lost 1 wound, which is 1 deflag. Okay?
Yep, and that would be a big 4. No, so just nothing. 1 wound. Tickled him. Next up is the Kratos at the same target. Rob's still holding out to react. He does have 2, but I reckon he's saving them for some Volkite or something. So these are the autocannons, which 1 hits, which means the main gun is twin linked.
Oh,
it was a 5. The other one.
That
one's a miss.
Oh, sorry.
And that's not a wound, is it? Because it's strength 7.
Negative.
But the gun is twin linked, so we're hitting on 4s. Twin linked. Oh no, it's all right.
2's wound.
And that is 2 wounds. That's 2 auto saves.
Nothing I can do about that.
Yeah, auto wounds, isn't it? And then the Laz. 2 again. Might kill 1 off. Oh, double 1!
No, not today. I took the gamble and it paid off.
This Land Raider is slightly out of range of the javelins, so he's going to make the Locutaurus their main target with the right-hand sponson, and then use the vehicle split-fire rule to shoot the centre line gun at the Assault Marines. So I'll start off with the centre line one. It's a miss, but twin link that one is, still a miss. And then the Gravis hitting on 4s, 1 hit, 1 wound, but there is a 6-up intervening. No, so 1 dies.
Yep.
My Contemptor is going to try and pip off a couple of Volkite Marines. With the Lascans, we're hitting on 3s, 2s to wound, but that Aegis defense line does give you 2 5-up cover saves.
Nope,
all first 2. And then there's this 1 cheeky bolter shot, which hits, doesn't wound though. Seekers up next are going to shoot the Angelashi loads. So you are out of range to return fire, so there's going to be no reactions. They're not marked for death. The Volkite squad is marked for death for those, just to let you know. So we're ballistic skill 5, so we're hitting on 3s. Oh, that is a terrible roll. And then we are looking for.
Are these
the Scorpius roll?
But are they precision shot? These? Some of
yeah, 1 wasn't. The rest were. It's all going to go on the scoring herald.
Okay.
It'd be wounded on 3s. There's 4 at breaching in the trade account. So it's 2 breaching, 1 normal, and then 1 on the normal chap is a breach.
Okay, so just 1 on the normal guy. That was a breach, was it?
That was a breach. So that'd be
5 up. 5 up, feel no pain. So he takes a wound.
Yeah. So and then you got 1 2 up on your Centurion.
Okay, so
and 2 5 up involves followed by.
So 1 2 up on the Centurion. He's fine. And then Centurion has a refractor field, so it's 5 up.
Now the Apothecary needs to save him.
5 up again.
Oh, so he's alive on 1 wound. I'm going to call that at the end of my shooting phase. The Ultramarines' unique reaction has dissuaded me to fire this Land Raider due to many things being close. So we're going to go on to some charges. I'm going to have to decide what I'm going to do. I'll tell you what, I'm going to do these spoilers into the Las Cannon Contemptor first. Would you like to? In fact, I roll first.
You can roll it first, and then I probably will decide off camera.
So I'm going to get a big 10. Cool. We're going to chuck the Cataphractii squad into the Assault Marines. We're looking for a 5 round the corner. We get a 9.
Easy peasy.
The command squad is going to primary target the Contemptor and secondary the Javelins. You return in fire with the Contemptor, correct? Rob?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Even before a roll, he knows what he's doing. Well, I make it to the Contemptor just, but fail against the Javelins, but I do have to eat some...
Yeah, so these are hitting on 3s because of Night Fight with Twin Lanes.
Oh, good hit. And then we're looking for 2s to kill, double them all out.
So
3 dead.
So it doesn't matter who you take off here.
It will.
Yes.
We'll start off with this combat as we're here. The Praetor Initiative Step 5 is going first with his Paragon Blade, hitting on 3s. He's not mastercrafted. And now we need the 6s to wound. And the 6s will be instant death, but there are none. And now we're going to go Initiative Step 4. Initiative Step 4 then, I've got all my axes. I'm going to chuck them all at once because it's 6s to wound. It's not going to make any difference. We will be hitting on 4s. Okay, we're not going to do much combat today. And now the 6s for none. Now you've got 3 attacks back, hitting on 4s. Wounding on a 2.
Nothing there.
No. And then my 2 fists will pile in at the back for 96 attacks. Now these are going to be hitting on 4s, wounding on 3s. So 3 misses, sorry. And then 3 involves saves, please, Rob.
3 5-ups. No, not one.
But you're fearless, and we'll just remain there. On to the next Contemptor, separate combat, Initiative Step 4. Rob, I'll allow you to go first, so you 3 attacks.
So 3s to hit this time. And 2 to wound. 2 saves, please.
2 3-ups. Ooh, we lose
jubbly.
2, that could be crucial. Before they're removed, a striker back with 15 attacks, hitting on 5s. Looking for 6s with shred to wound. Oh, there's 2. There's 3 wounds. I was not expecting that.
3 2-ups. All good.
They're fine. And there's 1 Initiative Step 1, which will go in, and he'll be 3 attacks, hitting on 5s. Oh, the 4s, that's disappointing. So we have lost by 2. We're not getting any stubborn, but we are leadership 10 with the banner, which will go down to 7 actually with night fighting.
Night fighting, yeah.
Oh, that was lucky. They will remain there. Catchfati versus Assault Marines. We got chain swords going at Initiative 4, 14 attacks, hitting on 4s. So Sons of Horus rule kicks in, making you 1 less strength, so it'd be 5s to wound with shred though.
So re-rolling all of these.
Oh, there we go, 4.
If you could roll me 4 1s, that'd be amazing.
I will not roll a single one. And then Initiative 1, I've got a load and you've got a couple of axes. You've got 3 axes?
Yeah, 3 axes.
1 and a sergeant, so you'll be 7 attacks there, won't you? So if you want to chuck those now, hitting on 4s.
4s. Lovely, jubbly. And I want that again, please.
Yes.
So they obviously lose the +1.
Yeah, just cancels each other out.
Yeah. So 4s again. No, not so good. Just 2.
And then we're looking for 4-ups. 1 loses a wound. Terminators, with all the Thunder Hammers, it is filth. 15 attacks, hitting on 4s, but we do have Hatred. And then Hatred. Whoa, it's good. 12 hits, wounding on 2s. It's going to be 11 wounds.
Yeah.
So because of Brutal 2, we're going to have to do 2 at a time. We're not going to show you that because it's going to be a bit boring to watch. We'll come back to you with what's left. End of turn 1 for the Sons of Horus. We've replied. I really wanted that to just one of them to go to 4-steer leadership, but not quite. And I didn't want to shoot because I'd be losing a Land Raider in my turn. I didn't want to pin everything. For now, so just started chipping away. We've got rid of a couple of Volkite, which is handy. It's 10 shots gone. It's a scoring unit gone, which is always good in this type of mission. And they are there being aggressive now. It's going to force some issues maybe. On to Ultramarines turn 2.
Right, so Ultramarines movement turn 2. So I have moved up the javelins. My aim is to get some metal shots on this Land Raider, hopefully explode it and then kill lots of these.
And
destroyers.
even reacting, I wouldn't have been out of range. So didn't bother.
These guys are still tangled with the Despoiler squad and the command squad. A little bit worried about what this command squad might do next, but we shall have to wait and see. I've moved the Warlords unit up, just straddling the middle of these two.
And they ran in the end.
Yeah, Gene Witches. Thinking ahead, kind of where they should go.
So if you see an opening, they're going for it.
Exactly. And then Locataris have moved up towards this Contemptor, maybe even potentially get a multi-charge off.
Yeah, so these were around here, weren't they? But I reacted backwards.
Exactly. But I'm more interested in taking down the Contemptor, because otherwise I don't think I've got anything else that can take that down.
Yeah, you might chew through some stuff.
Yeah, exactly. The Javelins have just moved up over here to get a bead on the Land Raider, or alternatively a bead on the Cataphractii squad. Haven't decided. These guys have just moved up to be able to see the Cataphractii unit. I think they're going to be the obvious target there in this Rhinos. The TAC squad has hopped in the Rhino with the Selenar Gene Witch, but it's moved and pivoted to be able to get some shots off on the Terminators to give that +1.
To give your Legion
BS,
roll, yeah.
And then these tactical squad has run away. You know, it's going to try and get into the corner as far as possible. But the Locataris squad did pick up the Selenar Gene Witch. And just to mention about the Gene Witches, some of them scattered, so this one's scattered. That one stayed where it is, and this far
and this
one
one's
scattered
right on the edge
as well. Which is why it was more of a decision to maybe slingshot this over to there at some point.
Onto some shooting then.
Yep.
Starting off the shooting, the immobilised Sakaran is going to shoot down here. He only can reach a couple, but it's more importantly pinning.
Yes.
Now, night fighting is over.
It's over. So we are
hitting on
finally hitting on threes. They've made the Ultramarines and the Sons of Horus suffer so much in that first turn. So hitting on threes, no twin links, no buffs using my Legion roll.
Plenty of hits there.
And then it'll be 2s to wound.
Yep. So if I fail one,
yeah, it will be a
shell shock one as well.
Yeah. So 2s to wound. So I've got 3, 5.
I'll just use your dice.
9. Yeah,
That'd
sure.
be perfect on it. So they are dead. Cool. Are they pinned? So the leadership and 7 with the shell shock.
Okay.
Yeah, they definitely are.
Lovely. It was all part of my cunning plan. Cool. So we're going to shoot the Javelin into the Sons of Horus Land Raider. I'm really hoping I can blow up the Land Raider and then it can take some despoilers down with it. Although I really prefer if it didn't blow up my one remaining
and then
Javelin.
Be on a leadership test, right?
So we'll go for the last. Well, no, the last cannons. Yeah, we'll wait because it's really the mouses that I'm reliant on. So these are now hitting on 3s. No night fight any longer. No twin links either.
And then 5s and 6s.
5s and 6s with Sunder. So 1 glance and
just 1 glance.
Just 1 glance.
So it's down to 4 hull points. But now the
this is it. This is the
popping power of Melta.
Yeah, this is the one. It could go all wrong here. So hitting on 3s, twin linked. So twin link that one. No. So this is it. It's just down to this one.
A 6 on 2 dice.
Yep.
7 to pen.
So 6 on 2 dice.
That's
the
the pen.
I want to see
got a big 5.
5 there for Gilliman. No, but it is a weapon. Mobilised. Yeah, mobilised. Yeah. So the second Sakaran, which can kind of do its own thing now, that it's kind of been a blessing and a curse, is going to shoot at the Seeker squad, because I'm hoping to do exactly the same as I did with that Despoiler squad over there. Yep. So I'm going to shoot with 3s into the Seeker squad with the main cannon. No buffs, but it is no longer night fight.
No.
So
a few less hits on that one, but 2s to wound. That's the important thing, right?
2s to wound.
Oh, still plenty. What's that?
So 7, please. Just need. All I need is 1.
Well, I will try and disappoint you. Oh no, I've lost. Oh, I've lost all 5 that you can see.
That's not good.
And then I don't know if one of those is a sergeant. It is, so they're going to be on leadership 6 then.
Cool, leadership 6. Lovely.
Oh, double 1.
Double 1. Oh, boo.
2 las cannons can shoot through the window and just about see 1, so does he die?
So hitting on 3s, wounding on 2s.
Oh, so it's definitely 1.
Let's just Reroll that one. So 2.
5 up covers. No, he is dead. So they'll be on a morale as well as pins.
Yeah. Right.
Gravis Heavy Bolters then, shooting the Contemptor. It is 24 shots still.
Yeah, so hitting on 3s now, twin linked. Oh, that's a lot of 1s.
And then twin linked. Oh, still many hits. Wounding on 6s. For 4.
4, yeah, 4 saves, please.
Not too bad.
Roll 4 1s, so then it will go. That'll be great.
I rolled
2 ones, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to be shooting the Predators and the Rhino, kind of as a unit, using the Ultramarines Legion Special Rule into this Terminate squad, see if we can whistle those guys down. So we'll fire the Rhino first, so we're going to go with, let's do the Combi Bolter, I think. So just 1 shot hitting on 3s. It is twin link though, isn't it? So it hits and then a force to wound. No, nothing there. Then the Heavy Bolter is going to hit on 3s. 3 hits, wounding on 3s. 2 saves, please.
Oh, he drops the one.
Lovely, lovely. That was the plan all along.
And
get rid of that one.
We've got.
And the reason I did that, put it in that order as well, is because I want to double out.
Not wasting a double out.
Yeah, I want to double out these guys. So
are we chucking las cannons or?
I think we'll do.
Melter first.
We'll do the Melter first.
Okay, so we've got 6 shots. Twin linked hitting on 2s.
Yeah, so 2s. All hit.
Didn't need it. And then.
The wound.
Yeah.
So
5
4 ups, please.
5 4 ups.
If you fail all of them, that'd be brilliant.
I failed
no,
2.
Pretty reasonable save.
2 more dead.
Okay.
I'll take 2, just not the sergeant, which is him.
We got 4 las cannons hitting on 2s. Miss with 1.
And then 2s again.
2's the wound.
All 3.
3 saves, please.
Gotta make at least 1. Make 2, 1 more dice.
Oof. Okay, so I'm going to be shooting the javelins into this unit. I want to see if I can finish them off. However, you have decided to shroud, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm going to try and keep them alive.
Extra survivability. So we'll go with the multi-melters first. So hitting on 3s, no Legion buffs, but luckily that is twin linked. So 1 hit, and then 2's the wound. So 1 save, 1 4 up followed by 5 up.
No, the chaplain will be alive on his own.
Okie dokie, and then we've got 4 las cannons hitting on 3s. All hit, 2's to wound. So 4 ups followed by 5 ups.
Oh, there we go.
He's done it, he's done it. Okie dokie, so I'm going to shoot, there's just 2 Volkite guys at the front who can draw a bead to this guy, to the chaplain, but nobody else can see. But they are going to get buffed by the Master of Signals to hit on 2s, and they would typically ignore shrouding because of night vision, but
I've already reacted.
Just already reacted, so it doesn't matter too much. So these are hitting on 2s, no rerolls or anything like that.
And then 2's to wound, strength 6.
Wound, that's right. So we've got 7 saves, please.
7 2 ups.
There's 3 wounds on this guy, so you can go 3 ones, that'd be great.
Terminator. Always 1 deflag.
So 2's to wound on the deflag. 1 more, please.
Oh, he's down to 2 wounds. Continuing the pain on the chaplain.
So the Heavy Bolter is going to fire at full BS, and the Combi Bolter is just going to snap fire. So we'll do the Combi Bolter first. It hits on 6s, but it is twin linked. Being a mighty oh, I saw the 6. And then the Heavy Bolter hitting on 3s. Lovely. Wounding on 3s. 2 saves.
Could be the perfect.
Double 1, that's all we want.
Oh, he's down to 1. So I've got some leaderships to do after all that firing. He is leadership 10. Does he stick around? He does.
Does.
And then these guys go down to leadership 7 because the sergeant died. And they fail. They might be off the board. Oh,
yeah, they're definitely off the board, aren't they? Yeah.
Bye-bye, Seekers.
Okay, I'm going to be charging the Locutaris unit with the Herald and the Apothecary into this Contemptor. That's the only charge for this turn. I could be greedy and go for
do you want
this one. No, it will string me out. I think that I just want to completely kill the Dreadnought. I don't want to
make sure.
Yeah, I need to kill a unit a turn. I think, and this Dreadnought is worrying if it gets into my back line. So I think we just I'm not too worried about a 1 wound chaplain. So these guys obviously have +2 to their movement.
Yeah, they can't fail. It's just going to be helpful.
They can't fail, but it does depend. I want to try and get the furthest away guy in as far as possible. I think is the thing I would say.
I'm going to Overwatch no matter what because it's the only charge.
So that's great.
So
that's
you
perfect
get 12.
for me. Yeah.
So 2 las cannons, 1 hit,
Lovely.
1 dead.
Okay,
no info, is there?
I'm going to take the guy on one. There was one guy on 1 wound, which was this guy over here. You know, it says 5 wounds, but actually that was 1. And he's going to stuff it.
Cool. And I'll just do the combi bolter just because. Oh, 2 wounds.
Cool. 2 2-ups, followed by 5-up feel no pains, but we're all good on the 2-ups.
And then we'll move them in. Cool. So we've picked this
combat. So yeah, we're going to do the most exciting one last and do the most boring one first. So I've got 3 attacks going into these Sons of Horus Despoilers. So this is hitting on 3s, right? So 2's to wound. Oh, nothing there.
And then I'll strike back. Striking back at initiative 4, we're going to be 14 attacks, hitting on 5s, which are quite a few there. 6 hits then. 6s. Shred. I said I got to at least get 1. Oh, there we go.
Lovely, lovely. So 2s to save. All good. And
then I'll get 1 Parallax joining in the fray for 4 attacks on Parallaxes in total. Oh, that's
lovely.
Good. We will need that again. Oh, 2. Here's a couple of 6s. So that'll be on 5-ups.
2 5-ups. Hey!
So nothing happens. And then we'll go straight on to this one. Initiative 5, the Praetor will go hitting on 3s. And then 6s. No, I've run out of 6s now. And then it'll be initiative step 4.
So the Contemptor, the Ultramarines Contemptor, hitting into the command squad. So hitting on 4s, nothing.
Okay, I've got 8 axes. It doesn't matter which ones I roll, it's all going to be the same results. Hitting on 4s. Oh, here we go. That's
very
good.
respectable.
And now we're going to look for 6s, but they will be breaching if I get any, which is 1.
Just 1. So
and then 5-up.
In bun from me. Yeah, that's it. Absolutely fine.
And then the Power Fist will come wading in with 4 attacks this time, hitting on 4s for 2. And 3s to wound. Oh, no. So, yeah, a whole lot of nothing happening.
All gone wrong there.
On to this combat. Rob's letting me strike my initiative 4 first, just because I've got a lot less dice.
I'm so magnanimous, you see.
Yeah, so I've got 3 attacks, hitting on 4s. We get 1, and we squish 1.
Brutal
3.
I can do absolutely nothing about it. So I will just take 1 off the table.
One normal guy.
Okay, so going over to the combat. So we just had an interesting discussion about this sergeant over here. So the sergeant's armed with a Legatine axe. But the Legatine axe is strength 4. It's AP 2, and it goes at initiative. But because of the Sons of Horus rule, it would have been in strength 3, so couldn't have actually hurt.
Because it's more than double.
Yeah.
So just a load of attacks on these swords.
Yeah. I'm really reliant on the rending. If the rending doesn't work, then I think.
But at least it's 5-up rending. Yeah. So we're hitting on 4s here.
No, so I am hitting you on 3s because they have a special rule. Which allows me to +1 to hit when that is a target of another shooting.
Oh, and you shot stuff earlier.
So hitting on 3s.
We're looking for 5s and 6s here. It'll be straight onto the invols.
Oh, just 1. That's a bit disappointing. Just 1, please.
He fails.
Okay.
So he's down to 1, and we've got a Thunder Hammer swinging in.
We've got a Thunder Hammer, but the Sergeant on the Locataris also has a Mouse Bomb, so actually he's going to swing that in as he didn't get to swing in before.
Hitting on a 4?
Yeah, so hitting on a 4 for the Mouse Bomb, that hits, and then it's Armor Bane, Strength 8.
So 3 re-rolling.
So, but is it 3 re-rolling?
Because it's Armor Bane.
Okay, yeah.
But it wounds anyway.
Yeah.
He fails. Cool. He's going to go boom no matter what.
Go for it.
3 inches.
Yeah, we'll get everyone there.
Hits all 9 remaining. It is 9 2-ups.
Oh dear, right. I feel like I could lose a couple of guys here.
Yeah, I'm hoping
4,
for a bad
5,
roll
6,
from
7,
Rob.
8, 9.
And this is strength 8, so doubles everyone else.
Yeah, I would really prefer not to see any 1s on this. So 2s.
Hey, he's all right.
All good, baby.
So Rob, turn 2 comes to its conclusion for yourself.
Yeah, yes.
Walk us through.
Yeah. That was a pretty good turn, and pretty devastating. I think the fact that the Seekers ran off the board was pretty important.
Yeah.
So it's interesting because I really, really didn't want to lose combat here. I wanted to keep you in, and actually it was just a total whiff of a combat.
Well, nothing happened out of both of them. Right?
Exactly. So that was kind of perfect for me because now you can't kind of unleash hell on other units, particularly these speeders I'm worried about.
Yep.
In terms of the sell on our Gene Witches and where we're at the moment, so I'm holding 3 quite comfortably, I feel. We've got 1 in a Rhino, we've got 1 over here with this tack squad, and then we've got 1 held by the Locutaris. There's 1 up for grabs near these Javelins over here. So I'd need to hotfoot it over there, either with the Locutaris to pick up a second one, or with this Herald Warlord unit. So it's pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with the pinning because we've obviously pinned this Despoiler squad, so they can't do anything next turn for the Sons of Horus next turn. In some ways, having it immobilized itself and being able to kind of shoot at 2 targets was was a real boon in that particular round of shooting.
So we're going to lead on to Sons of Horus turn 2.
Yes.
So end of turn 2 for the Sons of Horus movement. We've lost a couple of key units here. It's starting to look a little bit difficult, but we're going to do what we can. I feel like I need to pump some las cannons into these boys.
Yeah, but I mean, I prefer if you didn't, but yeah, sure.
That will get rid of your main combat squad, I'd say. Nothing else outrageously
very
combat.
maneuverable as well. So.
And then I need to start chasing down the other 2 scoring units. But we'll deal with 1 at a time. There's turns to go. We're obviously locked up here. We're immobilized here. We're pinned here. The Kratos is shuffled slightly away from 12, just in case you choose to react and melter the Kratos. We wouldn't like that to happen, would we? So we're going to go on to Sons of Horus shooting. So as this Land Raider is probably pretty much useless, he's going to pick these guys as his main target, left sponge in the centre line, can't see anything, so I'll split fire with the right hand one at the Javelins. So over at the jump units, I've got 2 las cannon shots hitting on 3s.
Ooh.
And then 2, 1.
So 1 dies.
Yeah, well, you get a 6 up because there's some sandbags slightly in the way.
Take a nice little cheeky 6 up, and
it doesn't come off.
So I'm going to remove just 1 mook from there.
And then the 2 at the Javelins. I don't think we quite mentioned that you are returning fire.
I certainly will be returning fire on this, yes.
And I just want to kill 1 Javelin, so give me that first. Which
okay,
I do.
You managed to kill 1 Javelin, but he will return fire. So the multi-melters first, so they're hitting on 3s, twin linked. Both here, and then so the first one, so 6s on 2 dice. So 1 glance
down to 2 hull points,
and then the next one, 1 pen. I'll tell you what, I'll do the pens at the end. Let's see what happens. And then the last cannon's hitting on 3s, 2s, and then
5s and 6s.
5s and 6s with a reroll. So on 5, I'll keep that, and then with a 6. So there's 2 chances to pen.
So 1's a +2.
Yeah, so we'll do the 6 for the last cannon.
Yeah, back up to 6.
No. And then a 5 for the multi-melter. It blows up. Let's see how far it blows up. Yeah, we'd really like another 6 on this. No.
I think it's going to get 2 of my guys there. So 2. So 2 up.
2 swings. 2 safe swings.
2 ups.
Hey, love it. Yeah, well done.
And the Land Raider's gone. So the Kratos using more split fire shenanigans. The 2 las cannons that can see over this side of the main, and the rest that can't reach or can't see will split fire into the remaining Land Raider. Not Land Raider. Land Speeder. So the 2 at the jump units hitting on 3s, and it'd be a cover save for all of that stuff.
I will I'll take this on the Sergeant for his. It's just a cover save, isn't it? Just a 6 up. Hey,
it comes off. And then we got all the rest at him. So we're going to do the 2 auto cannons, which 1 hit, so it just becomes twin linked. 3s to wound, or 1 rend, so he loses a wound.
Loses a wound. Nothing I can do about
And then hitting on 3s. Oh, twin linked. That's a bit better. 2s. Okay,
and then it's
Wrexham.
gone. So this is now removed.
Land Raider shooting through the gap in the building. Wanted to shroud, and remember the Herald can't because it's fearless. So we have got 5 las cannon shots, and we're looking for the twin linked one first, hitting on a 3, and then 4 others hitting on 3s. Or would like to one more hit there. We're looking for 2s, all wounds, but we are shooting for the building, so we have got a 5-up cover save.
5 up.
Saved 1.
So 2 guys die. I'm going to take the Apothecary,
Yeah,
an unusual choice, and then I'm going to take the Sergeant as well.
Okay. The Volkite are going to shoot into this squad, continuing into them. 3 are out of range. There's 21 shots here, hitting on 3s. It's a really good hit roll. 2s to wound. 13 wounds against these. 2-up saves all round though, so we.
So 1, 2, 3,
4. So it kills 2 guys. And we got the D flags.
Let me get those out of the way.
Yeah. For 3 more, please.
2s.
Yeah, that's fine. So 2 guys drop. On to the charge phase. We're going for a Hail Mary 12-inch charge against these. We'll see what happens.
I've seen you roll double 60s so far.
Oh, no, 9. So he's got to shuffle 5. Okay, we're on to this combat then. We're going to do the las cannon contemptor first into the despoilers. Initiative 4, 3 attacks hitting on 4s, 2s to wound.
Nothing. We're hitting on 3s actually, because it's weapon skill 5.
1 dies.
Oh, lovely.
Chainsaw striking back, 14 attacks hitting on 5s. Now 6s with shred. No. No, I'm using crack grenades next turn. So
they fail by.
I've still got initiative 1.
Oh,
so
of course, sorry, getting ahead of myself.
Power axes to go. With 1 hit, doesn't wound. Then the power fist hitting on 5s. No, so I lose by 1. Leadership 7. All right, on a 6. And then straight on.
This is a big one. I actually want to lose this combat.
I don't. So come on, Praetor. You're hitting on 3s. Let's see some 2s. Oh, that's a double 1. That would do. 6. Oh yeah, we're doing all right. And then if you want to chuck your 3 dice in.
I would love to. So hitting you on 4s on this one because it's 5s against 5s.
Yeah.
Winning you on 2s. 1 save, please.
And it's a 2-up on the command squad, which
Lovely.
we pass. 8 attacks with the axes, hitting on 4s. Oh, that's too good. Maybe we'll get him down to 1, yeah, that'd be right. And now 6s, just a 1. So it's a 5-up invul.
5-up invuln. Whee!
Oh,
That's
right.
not what really I wanted to happen.
And now the
okay.
fists. Oh, 2 hits. So we're not going to kill him.
Not going to kill him.
It's all right.
In.
It's 2 invuls.
2 5-ups.
Oh,
no,
he's down to 1. That's perfect. That's what I wanted. End of turn 2 for Sons of Horus then. We're approaching the halfway mark. Really felt the shooting power over in this corner this turn and that assault squad. Well, not assault squad, the elite.
Locutarus.
But that is why I've pumped a load of shots into them, and now they are severely whittled, but still potent, I reckon. It's annoying having 2 scoring here because I've got a witch within range, but I can't quite get it. And it's probably going to scatter away from me next turn now. And I do become unpinned here, so that's helpful. I'm just trying to keep my scoring alive. I need to start going for Rob's scoring to get the objectives off of him, otherwise we will lose this battle. But it is bloody either way. On to Ultramarines turn 3.
Right, over to turn 3 movement for the Ultramarines. So this combat progresses, but the Selenar Gene Witch has scattered 2 inches in that direction. The other Selenar Gene Witch, which scattered in that direction 7 inches. By that direction, I mean towards kind of this border.
Yeah, it's just tracking along, isn't it?
In terms of my movements, so it's I kind of moved an awful lot here. So first thing is I've moved the Gravis Heavy Bolter Rapiers up 4 inches to get a bead on the Volkites up there, because they're going to cause me a little bit of a headache later on. I've just moved this back, the Sakaran Punisher back, in order to be able to move those Gravis Heavy Bolters up, but I did not immobilise myself, thankfully.
He's a better driver.
Exactly. I have moved this Rhino up just 7 inches in order to get them within range, a 7-inch range of these Gravis. So I'm hoping that they can work in tandem to take out those Volkites, because I think those are going to be the long range end of game shooting that I really need to worry about. Yeah. I've made a dash 14-inch move with this Rhino behind this cover all the way up in preparation to potentially grab this Lunar Witch end of game, but I'm probably just going to keep it there, keep it safe. But as a second potential unit, I've also moved the big tactical squad up with the Warlord in and away from that combat over there. I had toyed with the idea of getting him involved in the combat. It would slow down the Praetor in the unit, but I'm a bit concerned that that Paragon bladed Praetor would easily be able to take on my Praetor, and then you can get
and that's the D3, right? And that might be crucial.
So I don't want to tangle with him just at this moment in time, when that squad is still really, really strong. The Volkites have just stayed still. Not that they've got a lot of shots on anything at this moment in time. I'm not convinced they've got any shots on anything, but we might be able to get a few pot shots off on a
odd shot here.
And then the Predators have just kind of lined themselves up to shoot this chap there. This chaplain needs to be dealt with. It needs to be dealt with now. I don't want to use too many shots or valuable shots, but I think that inevitably it might come down to Predators. And then finally, the 2 Javelins that are still around and kicking have moved towards this Land Raider to be able to get the melter shots off.
I didn't react because even if I reacted, you'd still be in battle range.
Yeah. So it'd be really nice to get an explosive result on that and kill some tactical Marines on there as well. And that's it for my movement.
Okay, on to Ultramarine shooting.
So the Heavy Bolter is going to fire at the Volkite squad. This is in order to give +1 BS to the Gravis Heavy Bolters, but the Gravis Heavy Bolters can only see 4, so I could only potentially kill 4. But this might be able to see an extra one, but I don't think it's going to matter too much. I don't think it's going to do too much damage. These are going to hit on 3s. No twin linked on those, and then wounding on 3s. Nothing there, but it's okay because it's just drawn a.
You've targeted them, so they got
exactly. And then it's going to hit on 2s, twin linked. The Gravis Heavy Bolters again can only see 4.
Just one more. That's it,
isn't it? 2s.
That's all full complements, and then it's 3s to wounds with strength 5.
Yeah. Okay, that's a lot of saves there.
So it resulted in 17 wounds. I did say to Rob off camera that I was shrouding against the Heavy Bolters. We just forgot to tell you guys. So here's 17 free-ups. I've dropped 1, so 1 more. Is it just the 1? So 1, 2. Also, it's definitely going to be those.
That's a lot of failed wounds, isn't it?
There's that many shrouds to make. Oh, it's a few shrouds. So we lose 3.
3. Cool.
There's still enough for a leadership, which is what Rob was pushing for. The Volkite Culverins are going to absolutely chuck 40 shots into this chaplain. We'll see you back with the wounds. We've done 20 of the shots, resulting in 14 wounds. We're just going to roll his save now to maybe save us some time. IA dies. Okay, so the Javelins are going to shoot at this Land Raider. It's still churning out a lot of shots, so it's a priority for me. I'm going to shroud. I'm going to try and keep him alive.
Yeah, makes sense. So this is your last reaction, right?
You
used one.
No.
You used one. Yeah, you used one. For
I shrouded up there. Yes.
And this is your last one.
Yeah. So my last one.
Okay, so over to the multi-busters, hitting on 3s. No busts because there's no other units in sight. So 2 hits on there. The las cannons hitting on 3s. 2 hits.
So 2 hits.
So I'll do the 2 las first.
So they're looking for 5s and 6s.
5s and 6s. So we've got 5.
We've got 1 glance.
See if 6. No. So 1 glance.
1 glance to save so far, and then the team out of 6 or more on 2 dice.
Yeah, that's right. So
that's a pen.
And then the next one is nothing.
So 1 pen, 1 glance. I'm going to do Or it works well when I did the pen first.
Yeah, go for it.
So
yeah.
I'll do that. No.
Good.
No glance.
Yeah, there we
so
go.
it's
The other way.
opposite. So
Okay.
5 up to blow him.
So it'd be great if I could blow it up because it might take some tactical Marines here with me.
Or pin him.
Or pin them, yeah. 5 ups? No.
So 4. So, well, I just can't move next turn because it's got reinforcers. It's
Yeah.
not a snap shooting.
Yeah.
To try and finish him off then, Rob, you managed to get 2 las cannons on him.
Yeah, just two las. This is a bit of a Hail Mary, so it's going to hit on 3s. 1 hits.
6 again would be nice.
5, no, let's see that 6.
Oh, that's a
it's one
glance. I do have, there's lots of stuff in the way. It doesn't help. He's down to 2 hull points.
Okay, so a last-ditch attempt to try and get rid of the Land Raider. So I'm going to shoot the las cannon and the las cannon on both of these Sicarans. I'm going to do this one first, and then I'll do this one because this one will go without the buff, and then this one will have a buff.
Okay, yeah.
So this one first is going to hit on 3s. It hits, and then 5s and 6s. Sunder. So one glance, you get a 6 up.
Doesn't help.
And then the one hitting on 2s. And then 5s and 6s.
Oh.
Sunder, come on, give me one.
No, he's alive on 1 hull point. So we lost some guys. We need a morale check. Me and Rob have been talking. I've not been too great on the morale checks today.
Don't roll an 8, whatever you do. No!
Oh God!
It's all gone wrong.
5 inches.
Oh no!
We're back here. One contemptor might go. So
yeah.
But this one's probably not. So we're going to chuck your 3 attacks in first.
Yeah, that's right. So this is against the despoilers.
Yeah.
So this is hitting on 3s, all hit, and then winning on 2s. Oh no! One save, please.
And it's saved.
Nice.
16 chainsword attacks back, hitting on 5s. Managed to get 5 hits. We're looking for 6s with good old shred. Just a 1, please, Rob.
Okie dokie. So 2 up save. Hey.
Oh, that's definitely done it. Now we've got a power axe coming in, so we're going to have 6 power axe attacks. I did say I was going to use crack grenades last time.
You did, didn't you?
Forgot.
Yeah.
So we've got in.
Oh, that's respectable. That's good.
3 hits, the 5s. Now the 6s.
Negative.
And then we got 1 power fist in there as well. Nothing. So
locked in.
Yeah, that's it.
That's so
next combat. Praetor. Does he get the glory? He hits twice. Oh,
he got the 6.
He does get the 6.
5 up.
5 up.
5 up in run. Oh no, he's gone.
No, I'll let you roll this because you probably want a big explosion.
Oh right, yeah. So usually he would lose D3 wounds against instant death,
but
he's only got 1 wound. So it's going to explode, and it's going to explode 5 inches. Yes, that's lovely.
So we saw the big explosion. We got 7 in the command squad.
7 on the command squad. So I want to see a lot of 1s here.
Yeah. So you've rolled up. We've got 6 wounds. This will
Give me some 1s. Give me some 1s.
Oh, there's 2.
2 1s, lovely.
2 go down.
That did more than the actual Contemptor itself.
And then we got 8 on the spoiler squad.
Okay, so just 1 more dice here. 2's the wound. All wounds.
Now these are 3 ups. 1.
Just the 1.
Look, it's all 3s.
More survivable than the command squad.
And then I'll chuck in for your dreadnought wounds. You got a lovely 2 up.
2 up.
Fine.
Right. End of the Ultramarines turn 3. So it wasn't quite as decisive as the end of turn 2. I still hold 3 Selenar Gene Witches. So we've got 1 with the attack squad over here. We've got 1 with the Lockutaris over here. And then there's one in a transport over here as well, hiding away. However, I did lose the Contemptor, which I think was probably pretty predictable.
Yeah,
it was annoying that it was in my turn that I lost it. It would have been more useful had it gone the previous turn to the Sons of Horus. But the Sons of Horus have made a dash, a 5-inch movement over towards this Rhino, but their real intention is to try and get into close combat with kind of the fire base.
Yeah.
A little risky because you're going to have to charge into the Volkites potentially.
And you're probably going to movement wrap back.
Yeah. So there's lots of things that could go right for the Sons of Horus next turn, but I've got a few things still up my sleeve. I've still got my advanced reaction which I can use. So we shall see what happens in Sons of Horus turn 3.
End of turn 3 for the Sons of, not end of the turn, end of turn of movement.
Yeah.
So the Kratos has gone forward 10, so he's only firing one weapon at full ballistic skill this turn, but he's a little bit far back now, and Rob is retreating with those objectives, so I need to get forward basically. My despoilers are trying to sneak around it, using it as a sort of line of fire, blocking to make a grab for this objective. I'm hoping it doesn't scatter towards Rob because that's going to ruin my plans. I've just huddled up here to be safe. The Volkite rallied, moved back their initiative into a more sensible position. The tactical squad have come across this way, probably going to try a cheeky little charge to be honest. And then the plasma are there as well to plink off some wounds before they go in. This was obviously, couldn't move this turn, but it is firing at full ballistic skill. And then the big important thing was the command squad have gone for the gambit, gone forward. Rob's pulled back, so it's a 12-inch charge to get those Volkites, or 9 for the heavy bolters. And more importantly, it's pulled the Volkites away out of range of my Kratos as well. Tricky, but we'll see. We'll change targets. On to shoot him. Okay, we forgot to do those scatters. He hit, and the other one has moved towards Rob again.
Lovely jumping, lovely jumping.
So yeah, now we're on to the shoot. The plasma squad's in rapid fire range, is gonna go against the javelins. Rob is holding out on his reaction. So 2 at a time, there's only 3, so it's not too bad. 1 miss, but doesn't get hot. 2 hits, and also 5 hits.
Slightly better than average.
3's to wound, 4's breaching. So, that is one dead.
Gone. Yeah. So
the Volkite are snap firing. 5 can see this tactical squad. I'm just going to do it off camera real quick because we're hitting on 6s. We managed to get 3 hits and 3 wounds on the tactical squad. So we've got 3 ups.
3 ups. So take a wound.
And a deflag, which does wound.
So I'll do the feel no pain on the.
Oh yeah.
So fail, and then the deflag 3 up. All good.
Yeah. Just 1 Marine dead. The Land Raider is going to shoot through with its right hand sponson and the centre line gunning through the gap into the tactical squad. The left hand sponson can't see, so we're going to try and pop this Rhino and pin the guys inside. It's a bit risky, but we've got to try it. Rob, you're returning fire with the Rhino, but uniquely.
Yes, I'm going to use my advanced reaction and return fire with the Javelin as well into the Land Raider. It would be nice to do
that can't hurt it, but then you can do this and then probably explode and pin some stuff yourself. So I'll shoot first. The las cannons into the tactical squad. This is the twin linked, the normal, and then a 2 up, and then a 5 up cover shooting through the ruins. Cover.
Nope, so just one gets obliterated.
And then this Rhino takes 2 hits, 2s with Sunder, and then you got 6 up.
2 pens with it?
Yeah.
So 2 6-ups, so make 1 fair 1, see what happens.
Big 6. Oh, there we go.
Up, so
I'll roll it. I don't think it's within 6 of those anyway.
No, it won't make a difference.
But 5, definitely not. So 10 guys inside.
Yeah.
So 10 guys wounded on 2s, which results in 9. And then they are all in power armor.
There was artificer armor, but I want to keep the leadership. So I'll probably just do it. Yeah, so how many
9 in total.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to do... Yeah, okay. So let's do 3s. So I lost 2, 3. So
3 guys. Okay, not too bad. Now we're going to do your return fire.
Yeah.
So we're going to chuck
Big
the
one,
last
this
cannons
one.
first.
Yeah, last cannons, hitting on 3s, so 2 hits, and then the multi-melter hitting on 3 twin leads.
Okay.
So we'll do the multi-melter, that's the important one.
6 or
Sixes
more.
on 2 dice.
That's
so
definitely a pen.
And then over to here. So 1 pen,
another pen.
Sunder.
Glance. So it's dead either way. So this is on a 6.
6 explodes. Oh, I saw the 6, but it's gone no matter what.
No, this one's a 5.
5, isn't it, on this one?
No, but it is wrecked.
Yeah.
We've emergency disembarked here, and you got a little trick from Master of Signals.
Yeah, so I'm just going to use strategic comms. I'm going to use his leadership for my pinning check, which is a 9. So they okay.
It would have been fine anyway.
Yeah.
Kratos is up next, going into the Sakaran that is immobilized. We can only shoot 1 gun at full ballistic skill, and the right hand sponson Lasken can't see. Rob, you're shrouding.
I'm shrouding, and then I get a 5 up from the Aegis as well. So it'll be a 5 up, 5 up.
5 up, 5 up. Yeah. So we're looking, the autocannons first. I'm looking for a 6. No. And then we've got 4 shots on the melter. It's not twin leads because I didn't hit. I nearly rolled it then.
Yeah.
We're looking for 5s here, 6s thingies. No.
Nothing.
And then 3 las cannons. Ooh, 1 hit. And it's going to be Sunder. Oh no.
Nothing.
The shroud was wasted.
Didn't even need the shroud. But that was your last thing to shoot?
I've just got the command squad.
Okie dokie.
The command squad is going to shoot the heavy bolter squad just because if I kill any of those, then I wouldn't even make the 12-inch charge. So we'll probably, that's forcing my hand to charge those anyway. So we've got the relentless command squad, so we're shooting the bolter guns. And
so that, I think 2's a hit. Are they not weapons, ballistic skill?
no, I think it's just weapon skill.
Oh my gosh, that's outrageous.
And is it majority toughness?
Yeah.
Still,
Yeah,
so it is 4s.
Yeah.
So it's 3 normal armor saves
Okay.
and a disintegrator pistol hits, and wow, definitely going to nail someone if they fail the cover save.
Okay, so 3 up saves. So take a wound.
And then 1 5 up.
And then 1 5 up. Cover save. So
No.
what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this gun carriage.
And make my charge more.
Take a wound on the gun carriage, and then take
the instant death.
Instant death on the gun carriage, and then make your charge longer.
Nicely done. End of the shooting phase, and we got 2 quick morale checks. So these are lost 25% due to being blown up. Leadership 8, or they still?
No, leadership 8.
Is it just that one
Yeah,
phase?
leadership 8. So they're all okay.
Fine. And then we got a leadership 8 here as well on the javelin.
So they fail.
And
that actually kind of works for me. That's not a bad thing.
I was about to charge him. So the 3d6 for cavalry.
Yeah.
4,
5,
8.
6, 7, 8. Okie dokie. So straight line.
Way back there.
Go in that direction.
Charging them, we need a 10-inch charge to get to these heavy bolters. They can't react, they're artillery. Let's see if we get the big 10. Oh no, an 8. They're going to shuffle 4 and then eat some bullets next turn. And then we need a 9 here to get the fleeing javelin. Oh, an 8 again.
Close,
Both
close.
failed. Only combat then. Rob.
This is it.
Let's see if we can do something.
This is the big one. So hitting on 3s, 2 hits, winning on 2s, 2 saves, please.
Big freeze. Oh,
lovely
double
jubbly.
1.
That's what I like to see.
I am using crack grenades, so the 2 that died, don't get to chuck them. They auto hit, strength 6, I'm looking for 5s. It's no improvement.
Negative.
Now we've got the power axes, which I will do normal, just because the 6 is straight onto an imbal. But it doesn't happen. And then a power fist. No, nothing. So I'm leadership 6. Oh, initiative off. This could actually break out.
Finally, about time.
I got a 4. You need a 5. Oh, there we go. So it's the end of the turn for Sons of Horus. We've just lost a big scoring unit. There's many bodies there.
Yeah.
We failed a charge here. He's in the open. We failed a charge over there.
It's been unlucky. That was a really unlucky turn for the Sons of Horus.
It's been a bad turn. We think that might be pivotal. We might have just sealed the deal
Sons
for the
of Horus. They're crumbling like an old lady's hip.
But it's not over until it's over. So on to Ultramarines, turn 4.
All right. Okay, so just moved a couple of units around. So the first thing that happened was that this Javelin regrouped. But because of the Aegis of Wisdom, I could use, which is the Warlord trait for my Warlord, well, Ultramarines Warlord. He could use his leadership because he was in line of sight, but also it allows this unit to, once they've regrouped, shoot and charge as normal. So they've got their initiative initiative move, and then allows them to shoot and charge. So that's really useful because that's now is now back in the game. So that's absolutely brilliant. And then other moves. So this has actually decided to stay still. It's right in the center of the Sons of Horus lines, but it stays still to engage its helical targeting array. So it can't return fire, but it means it's going to ignore a potential shrouded from the Sons of Horus. The Rhino has stayed still, not moving anywhere, and these guys have all stayed still because this nice squishy squad over here is going to get absolutely blasted. If for some reason it all goes wrong or pear-shaped and I can't take these guys down, I've got these guys in reserve that could potentially fire some shots, but we've also got a nice tactical squad sergeant, I think, at the top there that I might be able to kill. Maybe Sons of Horus can fail another morale check for me. That would be really useful.
It's looking likely.
And then this unit has just stayed where it is because it's gained some cover from here, which I think is really nice, and it's nice and far back from the Sons of Horus. And then my big tactical squad with the Herald in, which is my Warlord, they have run onto the Selenol Dune Witch they were just in range just to capture it, so they can't do any more movement.
Yep. And we did scatter these again, actually.
We did actually, yeah. It was actually away from me, so yeah.
But that one went towards you.
Yeah.
Right, it's over there.
Yeah. So I've got the Ultramarines at the moment have 4 of the objectives. It's turn 4. There's 1 still up for grabs, and Sons of Horus have 1. So we're about to go into Ultramarines shooting. Okay, so the Heavy Bolter and the Combi Bolter is going to shoot into this unit, the command squad with the Warlord in, and that's basically just to get some pot shots off, but also to give these guys +1 BS. Now, just remember, it's models within 6 inches, so these guys at the back wouldn't be able to get it.
Yeah, just the front heavy bolter.
So hitting on 3s for the Heavy Bolter, nothing there, and then the Combi Bolter. 2 hits and 1 wound, please.
Yeah, it's a 2 up, and starting off strong.
Okay.
And then 16 shots.
Yeah, 16 shots, so we have to do them separately because it's only models.
Yeah, so 8s with 2 up twin linked.
Yeah. So 2 up and then twin linked.
So all 8s.
Yeah.
And they're going to be 3s to read.
Yeah, that's right.
Ooh,
so
6 up.
Please, yeah, 6 saves start off with.
And we'll look at the 2s.
Oh,
good so far, so all right.
Okay, and then this is hitting on 3s twin linked.
So 7 hits from that one. And then we're looking for 3s again. Another 6. Reliable machines. All 1's dropped a wound.
Right. Okie dokie.
The command squads continue to be peppered by the Volkite squad this time. I've elected to return fire because I can't shroud against them. But we're going to roll all the Volkite shots off camera. So we've got 32 saves to make. Here's 30. And I failed a few. 4, 5.
Lovely, lovely.
And I've got another 2 to make. They're fine. So it's 5 D-flags.
5 D-flags. 4 please.
4 more.
Get those out of the way for you.
So I've lost a total of 5 wounds.
Lovely.
So the 3 guys that died can still return fire, plus the banner bearer. So we got 8 shots hitting on 3s. That's good. Now we're looking for 4s. Not too bad with 4. And then I'll just chuck the disintegrator pistol in it as well. Hits. Oh, it doesn't wound.
Okay, so
4 regular 3-ups. Or tanking them if you want to.
Yeah, I think I will put 1 on the sergeant. 1 on the Master of Signals, just to spread them around a bit. And then 2 on 2 normal guys.
1 dice.
1 dice. Okay, so we're going to shoot the Predator Melters into the Warlord's unit, the last two remaining, the Warlord and his remaining Banner Command Squad dude.
I presume I'll benefit from your wall?
I don't think you own it, so I think you have to own it, but we can always double check that.
Yeah, we'll double check.
But it's quite confusing because this Predator is within 6 inches of this unit, so he's hitting on 2s, and this one isn't within. So yeah, it gets quite complicated, and I think it's an overlook to the fact that it is models rather than units.
I think I prefer units just for gameplay,
for simplicity. Yeah, it's a bit confusing. So let's do the one that's hitting on 2s first of all. So the Magnum Melter all hits 2 to the winged. So 2 there, and then just one las cannon hits, and then 2 to the winged. So 3 saves, please.
Just had a little quick read on the defence line. We believe I benefit from it. Let us know if we're wrong. So I'm going to do one at a time for the Banner. He's dead. And then I've got 2 4-ups to make on the Praetor. Oh, he dies as well.
Horribly melted.
But there are no points for Slay the Warlord there. Scar and Punisher, the unmobilised one is gonna... No, this is the immobilised.
This is the immobilised. It's actually, being immobilised has not kind of been too much of an issue, has it? No.
So it's going to target the squad. It can only see the sergeant, so it's almost got precision shots.
Yes, that's right, yeah.
But I'm going to straddle because I just don't want to take the pinning test.
Yes, some shell shot pinning. That's what I really want on this. So these are hitting on 3s. No twin linked on this. So there's a fair amount there.
Yeah, still good spread.
Probably about average.
And then strength 6, right? So
yeah, 2s. So can you make, please? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 saves.
9 saves. I've got 3-ups. Or failed 3. 3 5-ups required. No, he dies. And then you got 1 stray las cannon, which can see the guy in the corner here.
Hitting on 3s, that hits, and a wounds on 2s. Nothing.
No.
But that is now a pinning check.
Yep. And leadership 6 because you sniped out the sergeant.
Right.
Oh,
they're
right.
okay. They love it.
I've passed the leadership test.
So the Javelin is going to shoot into the Sons of Horus tactical squad. It's going to be hitting on 3s. So las cannon's hitting on 3s, 2 hits, and the multi-melter hitting on 3s. That's a hit as well. I'm going to do them all together because it's not going to make a difference here. 2's the wound. So 3 cover saves, please.
3 5s. Saved 1. 2 died.
So just to make sure that we can get the morale check on this tactical squad, I'm going to shoot the Dreadnought into this tactical squad that I've been peppering with peppering shots. I just need one more to drop. Yeah, one more Marine to die, and then it will force a morale check. So this is going to be hitting on 2s, 3 hits, and then it's going to be wounding on 2s. So 3 cover saves from the terrain, please.
Oh, we failed all 3, so it will be a leadership.
Morale check. Okay, so this is the first time I've actually shot at this Kratos. So the Scaran has just got 1 rogue las cannon. It's going to shoot into the front of it. It's going to hit on 3s. It hits. I need that again. 6 again, please. No, but it does have Sunder. No, nothing there.
End of shooting phase then. These have got a morale check. Leadership 7. We've rolled a 4.
Lovely jubbly.
That's the end of Ultramarines turn 4.
Yeah, slightly quicker turn this one. So there are no charges, no assaults. Not going to tangle with Sons of Horus in the assaults on this one. But I have peppered a couple of units with shots. Obviously, the Warlord has gone. The command squad had gone. That's important because it's obviously scoring. And I wasn't able to get the tactical squad to run away, but they are now a smaller squad, depleted, and easier to take on.
On to Sons of Horus turn 4. End of turn 4 for Sons of Horus movement. We've been aggressive with these because we're running out of turns and we need to try and get Rob off these objectives, which Rob has realised and pulled back. The Plasma have jumped up the top just to allow themselves some firing on what they want. 4 of these guys have moved round to get down this line of sight because someone set up the terrain a bit crazy. And so 4 are going to be snap firing. We're happy here, we're hunkered, this is my objective. I don't think Rob could even do anything about it at this stage.
I'm not there.
The Kratos is down to 4 hull points it mobilised itself. It was always going to happen with a heavy board like this. So he's a little bit stuck where he is, disappointingly. And then we've ran round here with the witch coming towards us, so it might be a turn 5 grab. Hopefully, if it doesn't go the other way, that's the thing, right? So now we're going to go on to some shooting. Starting off the shooting with the Volkite, we've got 12 shots, I believe it is, with hitting on 6s, which we get to, respectable. And then these ones are going to be hitting on 3s. A total of 5 hits. We're looking for 4s to wound. Oh,
not a sausage.
The Kratos is going to fire into the Sakaran again. You're shrouded again, Rod.
Shrouding, yeah.
Okay, so we are full ballistic skill this time. The autocannon's hitting on 3s. Strength 7, so 6s. No. Now the metal gun is twin linked because of that hit. Did not help it. 5s to glance, 6s to pen. Ooh, 2 pens. So we got a 6 up.
5 up,
5 up, yeah.
Yeah, so 5 ups.
And
Followed by another 5 up. Yeah, all good, baby.
2 las. 1 hit. 1, what's that? Glance? I want the pen.
You want the pen, you're going to be greedy.
Right. Never works. And that's him. Plasma team into the Javelin. They are within rapid fire range. Rob is returning fire. 2 at a time for Gets Hot. We've got 2 hits. We got 4 hits. Can we get the full house? No, does he die?
No,
he doesn't.
Fine.
He's all right. And then that would be a leadership on myself as well because I'm down to 3.
3 to win.
Oh, so just a 1.
I can't do anything else about that.
Yeah. And then we've got Malta with 2 las.
So 2 las, 3 ups, 1 hit, 1 miss, multi-melter. That is twin linked. Ooh, easy target. Let me do that again.
Inventory, yeah.
All good. And then 2's wind. Just 1, please.
1, and it'll be a 6 up on the crate. No, 1 dead. So now the tactical squad's going to try and get rid of the Javelin. We've got 14 shots of rapid fire hitting on 3s. That's not too bad. And now we want 6s because it's tough. And we get 2, so it'll be 2 free up saves, please.
So it's not going to die, but it does lose 1 wound.
So that is sadly the end of Sons of Horus turn 4. There'll be no charges. So it's going to be straight on to Ultramarines turn 5 and the last turn of the game.
Okay, so Ultramarines turn 5. We scattered the last of the Selenargine, which is it came towards the Ultramarines line 2 inches and away from the Sons of Horus.
That's a running theme there.
Yeah, and then basically everything has just moved back. Ready, kind of like they're loading their guns, ready for the final turn. Just
got all your witches
what devastation we can do. But I'm currently holding 4 Selenargine witches. It's up to the Sons of Horus, I suppose, because you've comfortably got 1. But see if you can grab this one.
Yeah, it'll be where it scatters on my turn now.
Yeah, 100%. So, whether you can close that gap or not. We shall see.
So on to Ultramarine shooting.
Yeah. So the Sakaran is going to shoot into, the immobilised Sakaran is going to shoot into this, the spoiler squad over here.
I can see these 2 guys here.
Yeah, so...
you're just looking for the shell shock.
That's really what I'm looking for, just to take a couple of guys down and then looking for the shell shock. So these are hitting on 3s, no twin links on these. And then these are going to be wounding on 2s.
2s, yeah, with a strength 6.
Yeah, this is great. You've brought so much infantry, which is so nice. Shoot guys, 2s. So I'd like you, please, to make
I'm just going to roll those.
12 saves.
All the 3 ups.
All the 3 ups, yeah.
Or no, it's definitely a shell shock test. So we're looking for 7. There's a sergeant alive somewhere.
Right, yeah. No, he's good. Just okay, but 2
guys dead.
So the Contemptor is going to shoot into this tactical squad over here. The spoiler squad. The spoiler squad is going to be shrouding now, I think.
Yep, because you moved, so you haven't got your target in the rail.
I've got my technical targeting array. So they're hitting on 2s and then winning on 2s as well. Oh,
Whoa.
lovely. No twin links on that. So just one
5 up.
5 up, please.
Oh, out the tray. Apologies. No, one does die.
Rhino is going to pepper the spoiler squad with a heavy bolter. It's just out of range of the 6 inches to give that +1 BS, so it's going to be hitting on 3s. No twin links on this one. It would be nice to be hitting on 2s. Just one save, please.
Fine.
Lovely. Okay. The Ultramarines Javelin is going to use all of its weapons to fire into this tactical squad, and the Sons of Horus tactical squad is going to be shrouding, I think.
Yeah.
So las cannon's hitting on 3s, and then the multi-melter hitting on 3s. So there's 2 hits there. I'm just going to roll them all together because, for the purposes of what we're doing, all the same. 2 to wound. Just one shrouded
shroud
save.
to do. Oh, it was on the 6. So 1 dies.
The second scarring is going to try and absolutely hammer the plasma sports squad, which is on the crate.
Done it there nicely, yeah.
So we've got a couple of extra shots. So this 18 shots on this one is going to be hitting on 3s. No buffs or twin links on this.
Still a good hit.
Still good. And this is going to be wounding on 2s.
Yep.
So we've got
many.
So we've got 5, 10. 10 saves, please.
10 free ups. It's been done. Not today.
No, not today. Okay, so the Predator Squadron is going to shoot into the Volkite support squad over there. I'm going to need to do these kind of separately because some weapons are in, some weapons are out, ranges. So we'll go for the Magnum Melter on the top because that's in range of 1 person. So this is hitting on 3s, twin links. And it's going to be wounding on 2s, actually killing on 2s here. So that guy's definitely dead. Yeah. This Magnum Melter
in range of many.
In range, so hitting on 3s, and then wounding on 2s, so two dead.
Yep. 2 more.
Ooh. And then we've got 3 las cannons. One of them is obscured, so I can't do anything with this one here. And then hitting on 3s with the las, killing on 2s. So 1 guy dies.
One guy.
And then that will be enough to force a morale check at the end of the phase.
Definitely. The Volkite Culverin squad are shooting all the way down here into the spoiler squad. Only 3 can be seen, so 3 will probably be dead, but we're going to roll these off camera because it's still 35 shots. The Volkite killed the 3, then we had the 3 deflags, and because deflag jumps from person to person, it actually killed 2 more on the deflags, so a total of 5. And now we are going from the heavy bolters, cross board, all the way over to these tacticals.
So I think only 1 can actually gain line of sight.
Okay, so it's going to be 8 shots still,
8
right?
shots, yeah, that's exactly right.
And no one's fired at them from over there, so it's going to be hit on 3s.
Yeah, hit on 3s twin links. So just re-rolling 2 of them. And then that's pretty nice so far.
And then 3s to wound, right?
Winning on 3, sorry. So that's really nice. So 8 saves, please.
And now...
That's pretty respectable though, really respectable.
End of the shooting phase, then we got some morale tests, and we got an 8 to do here. Okay, so they're running.
Yep.
They're going 3 inches, so I'll keep that result. But this is a more important tactical one. Sergeant's still there. And they hold.
They know what they need to do. Okay, so that was another quite brutal turn against the Sons of Horus. We killed a plasma sports squad that's causing a bit of a nuisance. We've got a Volkite squad that's fleeing. That's important because they're your long range. It's funny, this is, being immobilised is less of a threat now, but you can still fire at a couple of things. But I'm not too worried because...
nothing's scoring.
Nothing
so
is scoring, so
game-changing.
Yeah, exactly right. And I suppose it comes down to an awful lot next about where this scatters. Because if it scatters in this direction, you'll have a hope of closing the gap.
Because that's quite important, I reckon we should do this on camera.
Let's do it. Okay.
So the blue dice is the D6, and the green one is the D3. And it's staying there.
Where it is.
I don't think I'm going to be able to run that far. So we're going to go to Sons of Horus turn 5. Sons of Horus movement, we're not going to do any. We've out of range to grab that, so we're just going to go for pride and try and kill the Sakaran that Kratos has now had 3 turns of shooting at. Normally that would be gone, right? I presume you're shrouding.
I'm absolutely shrouding.
So auto cannon hitting on 3s. 1 hit. No. And then we've got the 4 twin link now. That's 3 hits, 4 hits, 5s and 6s.
You want that again, ready, don't you?
1 glance, 1 pen.
Okay, so the 1 glance, 5 up, fine. 1 pen, 5 up, followed by 5 up from the shroud. No, so it takes pen, so it could do something here.
He blows it up.
Blows it up. Do you want to see how far?
5 inches. It's going to catch this for you.
So it will catch the actual tank.
So inside the tank there is what, 12?
Yeah.
Or is it 13, 13, 12, isn't it? So 8,
won't do
11,
anything.
definitely not. We're getting
1, 2, 3,
models.
4. 4 models.
If wounds 4 times.
Okie dokie, so 3 ups. Take 1 wound. I'll take it. Just on a normal guy, he's died.
Yeah, and that marks the end of Sons of Horus turn, and end of the game. So we're going to go on as an outro. Rob, it's been a pleasure.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll see you on our outro. Right, there we have it, Rob. That was the end of the game.
Yeah.
Woo! That was a really fun mission. I really liked it.
Good mission.
So we'll get the scores. If you've been keeping up, you know what the scores were. So it was 8 to 2. I couldn't get that last one to make it a little bit better on the score-wise. And we were just discussing off camera, we had different philosophies. So you grabbed them early and then pulled back, and I was sort of going for the late game grab, which I think was the wrong thing to do. Yeah,
I think it was tough. I think there's probably a number of things kind of to say. I think that
morale checks.
In morale checks being number 1 and pinning checks. Like it was interesting because I only had 1 unit with shell shock. But then that became 2 units because 1 was immobilized.
And then it was in your favour.
And then that was ideal for me. Because everything could just shoot and they survived till the end of the game.
Yeah, you can get 1 shooting that way, 1 down that way.
Exactly. And actually, with the way that you were rolling so hot, but it just was in your disadvantage in lots of those situations.
Yeah, definitely.
I think by the 3rd turn, you had not passed not many morale checks.
Maybe 1.
Which didn't help you, which meant that you were kind of like fighting an uphill struggle. The fact that there were 4 in this corner and then 2 in that corner as well.
Yeah, that obviously gave you a bit of an advantage to grab. Even though 1 was a bit further away, it's still closer to you.
Yeah. And then I had first turn, and 1 was a jump pack squad that was able to get on it quite quickly.
Yeah.
And then this Terminator squad was baited out, and that's some of your heavy hitting post combat. It was baited out to launch themselves at a assault squad. Yeah. The assault squad was going to crumble, and then it just left them open to a lot of shooting.
Yeah, everything sort of almost an Alpha Legion style of caught you
encirclement. So I think from turn 2, I think was probably the most decisive. It looked pretty equal in turn 1, but turn 2, turn 3, I think
turn 3, I'd say would definitely swung it. I was probably slightly on the back foot, but when I failed a few charges and then that was it, I was like, okay, I just need damage limitation now.
Yeah, it was interesting. I think that the armies, like appearance-wise, were quite similar in the sense that they had lots of wounds and were quite mechanized.
We both had a few tanks and a sea of infantry. It looked good. So good.
But I think that I was able to definitely outshoot you just with the...
I think it was this. Well, you can't see, but this corner with the heavy bolters, the Volkite and the Sakarans, that was your...
That fire base was very hard.
I tried to get in, but then you got to wait. You got to weather those shots to get in, right? Yeah, it didn't happen.
And then the +2 to the charge as well over the Aegis is always going to be difficult. I really like it because it just protects everything that little bit more. And I think the Warlord had gone, and then from that point it was difficult to get in. And then the other thing we commented on, in 7,000 points, there were only 3 Contemptors, which we thought was pretty unusual.
It was very low, wasn't it?
Which was
because some other games you might see like 7, 8. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
And like we were talking about the Contemptors at the start, they held up, and running down that spoiler squad is good.
It was massive, wasn't it? Yeah. That Contemptor, the Gravis Melter Contemptor, shouldn't have held for so long. But I think just a few whiffs on the command squad.
Well, there was one turn when we whiffed both of us.
Nothing happened. But I think that was quite instrumental in holding up those guys. But I think I just got lucky at the end of the day with it running down the spoiler squad. That was,
Yeah, I think realistically I probably should have won eventually, just with the axes and the fists probably just chipping away.
Didn't.
But that's all it takes in the combat, though, right?
Hitting on fives is tough, isn't it? That's the problem.
Yeah. So that's the game. We've both thoroughly enjoyed it. It's been good. Don't forget to check out Heresy Hammer if you don't, and Meadows Miniatures YouTube. And if you want a commission, obviously, this guy does loads. He's even got a second man in to help him.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't think I've got anything else to add towards the end there. Anything else for
it's just a good game. Thanks for having me.
No, it's been a pleasure, mate. Thanks for coming down and giving us your time.
No worries.
I've been Sean. I'll see you in the next one.